Hidden beneath a quiet tree in Santa Fe lies a grave that few people would ever notice. There are no flowers, no plaque, and no crowds of admirers, just a simple patch of grass gently decorated with wind chimes and a lone conch shell. Yet this modest spot is where one of Hollywood's greatest actors, Gene Hackman, and his wife Betsy Arakawa were laid to rest. More than a year after the legendary actor's death, the site remains almost completely unmarked. No public memorial has appeared, and there is no visible sign that fans have visited to honor the Oscar-winning star on the anniversary of his passing. But while the grave remains quiet, events surrounding Hackman's legacy are anything but. According to court documents obtained by the Daily Mail, the actors will deliberately excluded all three of his adult children. The decision has sparked an ongoing legal process involving his estate, estimated to be worth around $80 million. Hackman, who was 95, and Arakawa, 65, were discovered dead at their home in Santa Fe on February 26 last year after maintenance workers entered the property. Investigators later revealed a tragic sequence of events. Arakawa was last seen on February 11, 2025, during a visit to a local CVS pharmacy. The following day she phoned a doctor complaining about breathing difficulties. According to the medical examiner in Santa Fe, she died later that day due to complications linked to hantavirus, a rare but serious respiratory illness transmitted by rodents. Hackman, who had been living with Alzheimer's disease, remained in the home after her death. Authorities believe he was unable to understand what had happened. About a week later, on February 18, the actor also died. The couple were eventually buried together at Santa Fe Memorial Gardens during a private ceremony held a month later. The service was attended by Hackman's three children, Christopher, Elizabeth, and Leslie, though none have publicly marked the grave since. Despite being left out of the will, the siblings have since taken legal steps to become interested parties in the probate case tied to their father's estate. Meanwhile, the value of Hackman's estate has continued to grow. Just last month, his sprawling 53-acre property in the exclusive Summit area of Santa Fe sold for $6.25 million, exactly 1 year after his remains were discovered. The estate included a massive 13,000 square foot main residence, a 3-bedroom guest house, and the private studio where Hackman spent much of his retirement painting. Another $3 million was added to the estate in December when hundreds of Hackman's personal items were auctioned in New York by Bonhams. The sale featured more than 400 pieces, including 3 Golden Globe Awards the actor won for films such as The Royal Tenenbaums, Unforgiven, and The French Connection. Collectors also bid on rare film memorabilia, a treatment for The Silence of the Lambs, and artwork created by Hackman himself. Among the most notable pieces were a bronze sculpture by Auguste Rodin and a painting titled Figure on the Jetty by modernist artist Milton Avery. Auction officials described the collection as a remarkable reflection of Hackman's creative life, not only as an actor but also as a passionate collector and artist. Yet despite the glamour of his film career, Hackman's family life had long been complicated. His 3 children, from his decades-long marriage to Faye Maltese, were reportedly estranged from him at the time of his death. Because of that estrangement, his will left everything to Arakawa, whom he married in 1991. Arakawa's own will, however, did not name Hackman's children either. Instead, it directed that her assets be donated to charity. The legal process surrounding both estates is still ongoing, with trustees continuing to settle outstanding expenses, including routine bills that were still being paid as recently as January. At the same time, the estate was briefly involved in a separate legal dispute with the Santa Fe Medical Examiner's Office. Trustees sought to prevent photographs taken at the scene of Hackman's death from becoming public. His children supported the request, asking authorities to protect their father's privacy. That case was later closed after no further action was taken. So while the grave beneath the quiet Santa Fe tree remains simple and largely unnoticed, the story of Gene Hackman's life, and the complicated legacy he left behind, is still unfolding.